Welcome to the Aaron L Show. We back. We gonna talk about Shedeur Sanders in this video. We gonna talk about this up and coming week. They're gonna be on the road in Philadelphia, the Cleveland Browns. It looks like the Browns are on the verge of starting Shedeur Sanders again. It's a lot of boiling water up under this situation. The team is probably feeling pressured to really take a clear look at this guy. They're starting to realize that this guy could be their starter. But you have a rookie quarterback that was drafted in the same draft he was, that was pulled, if not I'm not mistaken, in the third round. And he's kind of feeling like he's being snubbed, even though he was injured. They have Pickens. If I'm not for sure, I think Pickens came out of Pittsburgh University, drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. He didn't last too long over there with the Steelers. They picked him up with the Browns, and then you have Flacco. But the situation is, and everybody knows the situation, you can sit back and look at Shedeur Sanders and you can say, okay, this kid was a 5th round draft pick. They drafted a quarterback in the same draft in the 3rd round. Why are they putting Shedeur Sanders, starting him over a 3rd round pick, which a 3rd round pick should have more of a chance to become a starting quarterback than a 5th rounder does. But at the end of the day, you have to look at Shedeur Sanders and say to yourself that this kid was predicted to be a 1st round pick. We don't know why he got snubbed like that, but this kid was predicted to be a 1st round pick. And then you look at the kid that got pulled third round. He was decent, and I mean, they're looking at these two kids head to head in practice, and Shedeur Sanders could be just out throwing this kid. But like I say, it's going to be a real test in Philly, because Philly is the Super Bowl champions. These are the Super Bowl champions. Even their backups are good enough to be starters on certain NFL teams. So it's definitely going to be a high intense game. And if they do start Shedeur, and if Shedeur plays anywhere near what he played last week, I think he solidified himself as a starter. This kid showed poise. He showed a lot of grit. He showed a lot of things last week that shows that this kid definitely could be the starter for this team. And I don't believe that the Browns are, to be honest with you, and we all know how the NFL operates. We all know how the NFL operates. This kid's probably won the starting job already. They're not going to talk about it. They're not going to say anything about it, but this kid's probably won the starting job anyway. So the Browns are probably just sitting back, just pasting and buying time, because they already know, hey, this guy, threw 2 touchdowns in his first preseason game. From what I've seen on TikTok and little comments that he's made, he wasn't getting number 3-4 reps of practice. This guy wasn't being fully prepared to be the starter. He got out there and produced, showed that he can roll out the pocket, showed that he can be accurate in certain situations. Do he has growth he need to still grow? Yes, he do. But at the end of the day, you can see to where this kid has potential. He has the arm talent. All he needs is the experience. He needs more time in that pocket. He needs to see what these NFL defenses are looking like actually in an NFL game. And he basically needs to sit down with the Browns organization and let these guys get him prepared. Let them go over film. Let them see what the cover 2s and cover 3s and the man coverages look like, what a lot of these defensive tendencies are. And I believe Shedeur is going to come right along, because at the end of the day, this kid been playing quarterback since Pop Warner. Trained by his Hall of Fame father. And, from what Deion Sanders, and you can see how Deion Sanders kind of conducts himself. Deion Sanders is a no business father. If you're not out there playing up to par, he's not gonna play with you. He's going to tell you exactly what it is. He's not going to sit back and sugarcoat it. Oh, you had a great game, but you threw 2 picks. No, you ain't had no great game. That was trash. And he's one of those type of fathers. So his son is already coming in with thick skin. You can see it. All the comments on ESPN, all the people second guessing him, he's still standing up in front of the camera and having confidence in himself. So one thing about a winner is a winner going to be confident when nobody believes in him. So you can see this trait in this kid, and that trait was given to him by his father. His father taught him how to overcome adversity. You see what he did at Jackson State. You see what he did at Colorado. This kid is a winner. The Browns, they do have a nice defense. They do have some decent receivers. I think the one thing the Browns were just missing was a solid quarterback. So if this kid comes in, and plays solid, you can see the Cleveland Browns go to the playoffs this year, his rookie season. He could do the same thing that Daniels did over there in Texas. Texas had a solid defense, decent offense, brought in a good quarterback, and they went to the playoffs. So you can see the same thing happen to the Browns. And I think Shedeur Sanders, if he plays great against Philly, he's going to solidify the starting position. This is the Aaron L. Show. I'll be back at y'all with another banger. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I love y'all, and I'll be back with another one.